19 First Alert forecast, certified most accurate since 2004.
Well, we don't need to investigate this. We have 19 First Alert meteorologist Andy Chillian, who will give us the most accurate forecast. And again, feels like fall, but a little warmer than normal.
Yeah, and today and in the next few days, we'll call it seasonable, maybe a couple degrees above seasonable, but definitely a fall feel for us. And today we have lots of sunshine to start. More of a partly cloudy sky this afternoon and perhaps a stray shower. Otherwise, tomorrow and Tuesday, we are looking good with lots of sunshine. Our next chill down comes for the middle and end of the work week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. High temperatures upper 50s to lower 60s. Now we're watching Friday morning if there may be a frost potential away from the lakeshore again. Our latest model data is trending a little bit cooler, but a few things still have to come together. We have to get rid of clouds that are currently in the forecast, and there really needs to be a calm wind. So I wouldn't say there's a high certainty for frost just yet, but we'll watch that and give you the first alert for any changes. Again, that's on Friday morning away from the lakeshore. Then over the weekend, that's when our next rain chance is going to be. We will trend warmer, but finally looking to be actually some decent showers in the forecast. We'll also work out on the timing for that, but either way, I plan on this upcoming weekend potentially being a bit damper than what we've seen recently. Either way, today's a nice finish to this weekend. High temperatures upper 60s today. There is a chance for a stray shower or maybe just a sprinkle. Most of us won't see anything, but the sky will turn more partly cloudy this afternoon on an east wind around 5 to 10 miles per hour and staying pretty nice through this evening as well. Here's a look at First Alert Doppler. We do have a few light showers in western Pennsylvania, including moving through Pittsburgh right now. Brief shower for tailgaters. Drier conditions expected during that game. It's all part of a couple outer bands from an east coast system that's swirling around. The problem locally is that the air is just so dry to support much rain, but we may see a couple of these showers working their way into northeast Ohio as we get throughout the day. And here's a bigger picture showing where most of the rain is, really offshore of the northeast, and there's the low pressure system swirling around. So here's a look at First Alert Future View. Shows that idea. A few green specks, a few sprinkles, or a light shower possible. Otherwise, nice temperature-wise, upper 60s to even lower 70s, areas like Norwalk this afternoon. As we head through your Monday, dry, much of the same temperature-wise, upper 60s to near 70, and Tuesday will be much of the same as well. But here comes the front on Wednesday. Now, there may be a very light shower in far northeast Ohio, say Ashtabula County on Wednesday. I'm really not seeing much with that, though. We'll generally stay dry. Much cooler, though. How about Thursday afternoon? High temperatures really only in the 50s to maybe near 60, and then we start to warm back up on Friday, and here we go with some of those rain showers approaching for the upcoming weekend. Again, timing still in flux here, but it gives you the idea we could actually be tracking more than just a few sprinkles once we get to this upcoming weekend. So First Alert 7-day shows a nice few days temperature-wise, cooler for the middle of the week. Watching Friday morning again along the lakeshore, we'll stay in the 40s, but could see some 30s and maybe some very patchy frost inland. Scattered showers returning by Saturday.